Hi everyone! Welcome to my first video that I'm doing. I'm getting a lot of questions about masks, and so I figured why not do a quick video, quick tutorial on how it all works. And I talk a lot with my esthetician about my skin particularly. I have very sensitive skin, so a lot of times I actually do multi-masking. It's something that I've started seeing actually and kind of the buzz on skincare these last few weeks, but I'm just going to go through my two masks that I will do from time to time together. Like I said, I've got sensitive skin, so masks I usually do once or twice a week. That's it, nothing more, because anything more is going to start to irritate your skin. The mask that I like to use right now is I've got the Mineral Rich Clarifying Mud Mask. So that one's more of like a clay drying mask. So I use this on my T-zone. And then I like to pair it with our Magnetic M4 Mud Mask. That's more of a hydration mask. So for people who have really, really oily skin, this is not a mask that you want to start using, because what it's going to do is leave all the essential oils on your skin. You already have enough. So this is something I would tell you to kind of shy away from. But I use it just to go ahead and hydrate the dry patches that I might experience, especially right now. I'm having a little bit of dry weather, so this is something that I started using. So I'm just going to go through this really, really quick, and I'll show you kind of like your before and after, and people like to see the magnetic mud mask, but I'm going to start right now with just getting some of the clay mask. I use this mostly on my T-zone. So you'll see me just start to spread it out on the T-zone. You can use the little spoon that it comes with. I like to usually just use my finger, but I take it out of the container with the spoon because I don't want to get any of the oils maybe that are on my fingers onto like into the jar itself, because that's gonna start to get that all a little gross. So you see I'm just spreading it around. I don't want to spread it too thick because I need it to dry. So I won't take it off until it's completely dry. So feel free to spread it around. I was just mentioning this tip to somebody today because they sent me a picture of their mud mask face, and it was really, really thick, but that's okay. Live and learn. Plus, if you spread it a little bit thinner, it lasts longer. So, I go right down the nose. This is where it's going to pull a little bit of the oils. I want them out of my pores. If you've got large pores on the nose, this is another great thing. Just if that's kind of the only place where your target area is, then you can only put it on your nose. You don't have to put a full face mask on. And then it goes all the way down into my chin. So before I've done any of this, obviously I've washed my face. I tend to, I've tried so many different cleansers, and like I said, I have sensitive skin. So there's not everything always works for me. I have to be careful, and if any of you guys can also have sensitive skin, you probably are, just like me, hesitant to use anything on your face, because that's the one thing that's the hardest to cover up, right? Am I right? And you're just like, well, I don't really like to wear makeup, and now I have to wear makeup to cover up all the blemishes that this crazy product just put all over my face. So I'm gonna go all the way under the chin. Some people can go all the way down to the neck. Again, the neck is a different, skin. You can feel it. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more sensitive, more delicate. It's almost along the lines of this is probably under your eyes, the most delicate. But you just want to be careful, especially when we take this mask off. I like to scrub this mask off. So again, I'm putting this where maybe I have like larger pores or a little bit more oily. So right around my nose. Such a good look, huh? One thing, I don't know if there's any Snapchat users out there. If there are, find me. Because I don't do a whole lot of like story posting on Snapchat. But what I do is I take really terrible photos on purpose and I send them to my friends because why not? It's funny. This would be something that I would send. And Snapchat does not recognize your face when you have a mud mask on. So that's one thing that really kind of annoys me. Because I want to put some cool filters on when I've got my little crazy mud mask. Alright, so spreading this a little bit thinner. Again, because I want this all to dry. You really can't go wrong, so don't feel like you're messing up on anything here. Oh yeah, looking fly as hell. Standard. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. You leave this on, I leave it on for about 5-10 minutes. If it's not dry after 10 minutes, you've put it on too thick. If your skin you feel is like, oh, it's a little bit dry, but I still have little like oily spots, you know, maybe go ahead and only leave it on for 5, maybe for 3 minutes. You don't have to leave it on super long. So, alright, so these are the driest parts of my face. I mean, excuse me, the oily parts of my face. T-zone for the most part, and I get on the occasional breakout down here. So what this is going to do is start to pull the oils out of my skin. That's what I'm hoping for. This mask is going to hydrate the skin. So my cheeks tend to be a little bit on the dry side. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. This is all in a new container now. Actually, I have an old one because I've had it for a little while, but there's like a handheld magnet. It's awesome. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up. While this other one's drying. And same idea, I'm going to take my little spoon, scoop just a little bit. So this one's going to go on. It looks the same, but it spreads out a little bit different. So it's a little bit grainier feeling. It feels kind of like light sand on your face. It does not have to have like a full coverage. So as you see, as I keep moving it across my face, it's starting to kind of gap a little bit. That's okay. So all that's fine. It's just putting in the oils. It's gently exfoliating the skin. It's all good. Same thing on this side. Just a little here and here. Like my tunes for the day. Time after time. This reminds me of when I was growing up. My parents had this 6-disc CD changer, and I was just talking about this with some of my friends the other day. We had this huge wooden unit with the glass doors. It like pushed the glass doors and the magnet popped out and the glass doors open, and we weren't allowed to touch it unless my parents weren't home. And then we touched it, put our CDs in. I don't remember. I mean, I think some of my first CDs were like Joan Osborne, but all of my parents' CDs were in it, so we would just go and push all the buttons and play with it. Mom, if you're watching, I'm just joking. Alright, so I'm going to leave this on until it dries. So until this dries, the T-zone. These will always be a little bit more moisturized, so this is not going to dry out. But this is going to come off very differently than the way we take this off. So I'm going to pause, cut out, come back when I'm removing the mask. So hang tight. And we're back. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. I am mostly dry here, and down here. So I can feel it tightening. One of the tricks that we always tell people is try not to do a whole lot of face movement when you have a mask on. Because the purpose of a lot of our masks is to tighten the skin. So if you're wearing a mask, especially one of our age-defying masks, and you are walking around and smiling and it's cracking and all of that, it's not going to release and like penetrate the skin where we need it most. So like our smile lines maybe on the forehead, you're either number 1 or your 11s. between your eyebrows. So you want to try and just relax, enjoy it, consider it your pampering for the 10 minutes that you might get some peace and quiet during your day. So I'm going to show you really quick how I take off our magnetic mud mask. So inside of our box here, it comes with a magnet. And again, I have an older version. So the newer version has like a cool handle and little covers that go over it. But this older version, if any of you have it, comes with a really powerful magnet, and I just wrap it in some Kleenex, toilet paper, whatever you want to do. So you're just going to wrap it. I'm going to get up nice and close because the magnet just runs really right along the side, barely touching the skin. And I don't know if you can see what's happening, but all of our mud is coming off. So it's pretty cool. It makes for really easy cleanup, especially for this mask. Remember, I did a multi-mask, so the other mud is going to stay on because that mud comes off a little bit different. So this one came all the way off, everything that we put on it. So what it does, it's got biomagnetism. That's why it's coming off with a magnet. So it pulls all the mud and extracts the impurities in your skin, the dirt, any sort of oils that maybe shouldn't be there, and attaches to the magnet. Same thing on the other side. So I'm just really running the magnet very gently along the skin. It's got a little bit of extra mud on it now, so I'm just going to unwrap it. Side. So we have a little bit more pull. Comes right off. Pretty crazy. This is one of our products that people just go crazy for, especially if you've got super dry skin or you live in an area that might be super dry, maybe snows all the time. This is a great one. See, and it comes right off, and then all I do is go ahead and fold that over, pull it off, and so all of my mud is in here, and you'll see that's the magnetism of it. So this dumps, and this is clean. Perfect. So for this mask, I like to exfoliate my skin with it. You have the option of just rinsing it with warm water. I like to go ahead and usually I hang over a sink to do this, but I'm going to do part of it in front of you, and I have a towel down because all the mud is going to fall off onto the ground. So all I do is just take dry hands, okay, clean, dry hands, and I just start to rub it. Doesn't matter, circles, you just want to try and scrub it into the skin just gently. If you're feeling any pain, you're rubbing too hard. So all this does is it uses the clay, so that Dead Sea mud, and it uses it to exfoliate any dead skin that might be on your face. So when we are finished here, we will actually feel baby soft skin. All right, so step one, I should do this look. Ooh, it's hot. So this is, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to cut out and go ahead and do this in the bathroom. But all you're doing is gently scrubbing this off. And then what I'll do is I'll just rinse it with, warm water. Okay, I'm back. So I've gotten all my mud off. I forgot to mention, and I want to mention now, that if you're using this M4, it's optional to rinse your face after. You do not have to, because you've taken all the mud off already. What it leaves on your face is super smooth essential oils. So all you want to do is just gently rub that in. So I made sure when I washed, excuse me, I just tried to just wash my T-zone. Okay, so all of this stays here. We want to make sure we just gently rub that in just to keep my cheeks nice and moisturized. And then after you go ahead and put the mud mask on, especially for where I did my my clay mask, the clarifying one, I'm going to go ahead and use a toner after this. And I use a toner every time now that I wash my face, because what it does is it actually prepares your pores to absorb whatever you're going to put on after it. So it's going to start to close the pores up, because we want to close them so we don't get any dirt and any outside oil. So when we go outside, I like to tell people who don't wash their face at night, I was one of them, but if you ever wear sunglasses or glasses all day and you come home and you have like a film on your sunglasses or the glass frames or lenses, that's on your face when you come home. So then you put it on your pillowcase and then you end up sleeping on it every night. And so that's disgusting. So all I do is I'm just toning everywhere I had that clay mask. I don't want to necessarily wipe off all my essential oils. So I'm just going to focus on where I had the clarifying mask. I'm going to let that soak in. I love it. And then moisturize. So you're just going to prep the skin. I moisturize twice a day, so morning and evening. My favorite moisturizer that I use is the Essential Moisture face cream, because it's super light, and like I said, I have really sensitive skin. So you don't have to use a lot. And you just gently put it on. You can all over, under the eyes, be very delicate. I mean, this is how much, so little that I use my whole forehead. So this jar will last me a few months, which is awesome. And that's it. Now my face is ready to go. I'm ready for my day. I usually after this will let this dry, kind of let it absorb into my skin a little bit, probably about 5 minutes. I usually will follow it up with my eye serum in the morning, which, by the way, this month is half off. The eye serum is usually around $140 for VIP customers. It retails at like $350. Don't ever pay $350 for it. This month only, it's only $70, and it's 1 full ounce, which you can compare it to any eye serums in any location that sell, like your esthetician's eye serum. You can go to Sephora, you can go to Nordstrom's, Laura Mercier, whoever it is. Their serums usually are about 0.5 ounces. And they usually run about $80 to $90 something, if not upwards of $100. Ours is usually regularly priced $140, pretty average for an eye serum, and it's double the size of most of the ones you'll ever find. Plus, I'm going to post a couple pictures of some of our clients using the eye serum. They love it. Okay, this is like one of those products that I probably sell the most of because it is a flagship product that people are just, they will not stop using it. I mean, it's one of those things that will take the puffiness out of the eyes. It will help with dark circles. I use it in the morning and at night. In the morning, my eyelids are a little bit puffy, so I just put a little bit on my eyes, around them, let it soak in, and then I use my CC cream, which has my SPF in it, and go from there. So, if there's any questions, please, 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 please comment below, and I will answer them as quickly as I can, or feel free to contact me directly. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. I'm gonna go now and edit it all out, so have a wonderful day.